The friendship, it is a very desirable term, word, and it is very essential for a man. So, how many of you have friends? We all have friends in our life, right? In our colleges, in our neighborhood, in our church, we have friends. If you do not have any friend, there is something problem with you. So if you do not have friend, there is something problem with you. So we need to have friends in our life because the scientists say man is a social being. తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు సాంఘిక జీవి జంతువు. What is the meaning of social being? Social being means always he lives with other people. He can't live alone. That is the meaning of social being. So he needs the people around him. The people, he must have companion of people. He will live among the people. That is the way God has created man. So man always desires fellowship, always companion of people. Man always wants to live among the people. That's why we know very well, no man likes loneliness. So no man likes loneliness. He wants to be always with the people, whether family members or friends or classmates or other people. So why God has created in such a way? Why God has decided when he created, man should have fellowship with the people, other people. When Adam was created, when he was alone, God made Eve and he brought her to Adam. And God said, it is not good for man to live alone. So God said, it is not good for man to live alone. So loneliness is not good for man. He has to have fellowship or companion or friendship of people always. So the important fact we need to know, there is no wrong in having friends. That we have to understand very well. It is the desire of God we should have friends. So there is no wrong in having friends. So we should have friends. But when God created man in such a way, Satan is a very cunning person. He knows very well how to deceive man. He wanted to tempt man. So always he tries to bring the wrong friends into our life, the wrong persons into our life. So one way God has created man to have friends. Other side, the Satan is always working to bring wrong friends into our life. That's why man should be always careful in choosing the friends, in choosing fellowship. So we have to be very, very, very careful. The great wise man of God, Solomon, in Proverbs, he said so many proverbs concerning the friendship. If you have friends, they will delight our life. If you have friends, they will encourage us. If you have friends, they'll give us counseling. If you have friends, we will have strength. So like statements, there are so many statements are there in the book of Proverbs. So you note down all the verses concerning the friendship and read them. Then you will understand the importance of friendship. Not only that, who should be our friend. So this evening we need to be very, very careful about our friendship, and not only that, in choosing our friends. That's why I have chosen this topic. This is the very famous topic now. Nowadays, this is the very burning topic. So because of wrong friendship, many young people, they're going away from God. They're making their life miserable. They're caught up in drugs. They're becoming drug addicts. They're caught up in the bad habits. They're spoiling their lives. So it is the desire of God that every man should become a great man in this world. But because of wrong friendship, many people, they're in the middle of their way, the age, they're becoming very wretched people, or they're spoiling their life. So we need to be very, very careful about our friends. So there are many statements. So another important fact we need to understand is we should never underestimate the influence of a friend in our life. So one great man said, we should never underestimate the influence of a friend in our life. The meaning of that is, our friends will have great influence on our life. Our friends will have great influence on our life. That means they will make our life, they influence our life, and they will take away our life in their paths, in their ways. That's why the great proverbs are going like this. Thus, the birds with same feather, they gather together. So the birds with same feather, they gather together. In the same way, the friends with same characters, same attitude, and same desires, they will gather together. And another proverb is like this. One man said, tell me about your friend, I will tell about you. Tell me about your friend, I will tell about you. That means you will be like your friend. There will be no difference between you and your friends. So at this point, we need to understand the influence of a friend in our life or on our life. So we should be very, many people say like this, many young people, many young believers, children, they say like this. What is the wrong in having that sort of friends in my life? What is the wrong in having wrong friends, unbelieving friends in my life? So, dear person, we need to understand there is a great influence of your friends on your life. You should never underestimate the influence of your friend on your life. Because in the beginning you may not appreciate any change in your life. But as the days goes by, as your friends becoming more and more thick, then what will happen? You will be like your friends. There will be no difference in that. You will become same as your friends. That's why the great people say, tell me about your friend, I will tell about you. So we need to have keep this fact in our mind. We should never underestimate the influence of our friend in our life. We have to be very careful. And this evening, we have many friends in our lives. How can I choose the right friend in my life? How can I know that the friend I have is good for me or not? So there are so many burning topics under this main heading, friendship. One young man asked me like this, how can I get rid of the bad friendship? I have many bad friendships. How can I get rid of them? How can I live away from them? How can I go away from them? It is very tough for me to leave a friend. So there are so many topics under this. But today, our main topic is we should know who is our good friend. So who will be a good friend in my life? That is the important thing we need to know. What are the characters of a good friend? So Daniel, in this topic, Daniel was also, he had many friends in his life. So 3 friends were there. Daniel and 3 companions. So in other words, 3 friends, they lived together. So in this foreign country, they were slaves, and they were all always away from their families, parents. They were living in a strange world. But Daniel, he didn't live alone, but he had friends. They lived together in a house. That's why I want to say Daniel he lived a holy life. Not only that, they lived a victorious life. That's why God was very pleased because of their lives, and He has blessed them abundantly. So what sort of friends Daniel have? Let us come to our topic. Daniel friends, there are 3 friends. What are their names? Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah. These are the 3 friends Daniel had. So there was a sense that Daniel had chosen these people to be his friends. Now let us see the characters of Daniel's friends so that we can understand who will be our good friend. The first thing is, Daniel wanted to live a life, a standard of life. He wanted to live a holy life. He wanted to live a uncompromised life. And he has taken a decision. He had a desire and he wanted to live for God. In other words, what I want to tell, you have taken a decision and you have accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior. And you wanted to live for Him. You wanted to live a holy life. So Daniel had the same desire. How and who were what sort of friends he had in his life? Let us see. In Daniel chapter 1 verse 8, Daniel, here it is written like this: Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's meat. The word of God says here only one person, that is Daniel. Daniel has decided in his heart to live a holy life. He wanted to protect himself from defilement by eating the king's food. What about other three people? What had they have decided? Did they decide differently? Did they want to eat the king's food? No. When Daniel has decided like that, all the three friends also, they were also decided same thing. They had same desire. They have taken the same decision and they want to also live a pure holy life. They want to protect themselves from the defilement. And they walked along with Daniel. They all four walked together. The first thing, your friend, if your friend is a good friend, the first character you should have is, he should have the same standard of life. That is the important thing you need to know. He should have same standard of life. In other words, what I want to tell is, he should have the same desire like you. You wanted to live a holy life. Your friend should have the same desire that you want to live holy life. And thus, you wanted to protect yourself from defilement. Your friend should have the same desire. You should protect from defilement. So if you have the friend with the same standard of life, then you will be a good friend in your life. So what I want to say is, if you have a believer friend, definitely he will have same standard of life, same desire, at least same decision in his life. Then you can go together and you can live a holy life. Are you able to understand? So, dear brothers and sisters, what I want to tell is, the good friend for you is the person should have same standard of life. Here, what I want to say is, I am not telling that you should not have unbelieving friends. So, in friendship also, friendship is a scale. We have so many friends. We will say, all our classmates, we can say, they're my friends. But you will talk to some people, some extent. I will ask some people for some help. You will take books and you will exchange books with some people. And you will exchange some of your personal things with some people. And you will live together with some people. So the friendship is a scale. So what I wanted to tell is, you may have many friends in your life, but the best friend or thick friend should be the person should have the same standard of life. He should have the same standard of life. That means he should have desire like you. Then he is a good friend, he is a best friend. You should be your thick friend and you should have fellowship with him alone. So dear brothers and sisters, you can have friends. You can say hello, you can say bye, you can take books, you can read with them, you can talk with them, you can sit with them in the classrooms or anywhere, in the class, in the offices or wherever you. But one important thing you should know, the thick friend or best friend should have the same standard like you. Same standard of life. Then only you will be a good friend for you. If he doesn't have the same standard of life, you should always take care. You should keep him away from you. So what the Bible says, let us turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 33. Let us read all together. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Let us read all together. This is a very famous verse we all know very well. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Let us read all together. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. So if you do not have the right friend in your life, dear brothers and sisters, there is every chance that your life will become corrupt. So you have to be always careful. So you should always keep evil friends away from your life. You have to go and live with the right friends, with the good friends like Daniel. Then you can fulfill your desires. You can do good in your education. You can do well in your spiritual life. You will live a holy life. And your friends will be a great encouragement to you, like the friends of Daniel. And you, along with your good friends, you can live a holy life and a life pleasing to God. And God will be pleased and He will bless you abundantly. The second important character of a good friend is, what I want to tell is, your friend should be always a support, or it should be always an encouragement. See, let us see the life of Daniel. Daniel has taken a decision. He wanted to keep the king's food away from him because it will defile his life. So what happened to other three people? What they said? Did they come to Daniel and said, Daniel, you have taken a wrong decision. It is very dangerous to refuse the food of Daniel, king food. So you have to be very careful. We are away from our families. We are in a strange world. We are slaves in this place. Let us use the food. Better not to take risk. Did they say like that? No, they didn't say like that. But what they said, Daniel, you have taken decision. We will be with you. And we wanted to say, we also took same decision. We also wanted to protect ourselves from the defilement. We want to live a holy life. See how much support Daniel had from his good friends. If Daniel was alone in that place, he would have not stood firmly, bravely in that place. And we can understand in the 3rd chapter of Daniel the standard of the life of his friends. Let us turn to book of Daniel, chapter 3. Let us read verse 16 and 17 all together. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and He will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. See what sort of standard of life. Daniel decided to live an uncompromised life. His friends also decided they wanted to live an uncompromised life. They are ready to sacrifice their lives. They are ready to enter into the fiery furnace. So, dear brothers and sisters, Daniel had a great support from his friends. So they supported him spiritually. They supported him in right decisions. They were great encouragement to Daniel. So always what I want to tell is, if you have the character of a good friend, he should encourage your right decisions. He should support your right decision. So you have taken a decision. I want to read carefully. I want to read well, and I want to get good marks, and I want to stand in the first place in my class. So what will your friends say? What will your friends say? Immediately what they say? Don't have wrong desires. For you it is not possible. Why do you unnecessarily strive for wrong things? Why don't we enjoy life? This is enjoying life. Why don't we enjoy? So this is the statements we receive from the friends many times. So dear person, what I want to say, if they don't support your right decision, if they do not give encouragement to do the right, fulfill your right desire, they are not right friends in your life. So the people who supports your right decision, be with them, make them as your good friends. Then you will do good in your education. Even spiritually, you have taken a decision. I want to live a holy life. If a friend comes to you and encourages you to a holy life, then he is a right friend. Or if a friend comes to your life and he will encourage you to do sin against God, to go away from God, then he is a wrong friend. You have to keep him away. If you have to keep her away from your life. So you have to be very, very careful at this point. The right friend always should support and encourage your right decisions. Then he should be a good friend in your life. Or he is not a good friend, what I want to tell is keep him away from your life. So you can talk to him, you can say hello and bye to him, you can help him, but you should not have fellowship with him. You should not make him a best friend. You should not make him a thick friend. You have to keep him away from your individual life. That is the very, very important thing. Daniel had the right friends, good friends. They encouraged him. They strengthened him. They were great support in his life. So Daniel lived a holy life, and all of them together, they lived a victorious life. So the second character is a good friend always should support or encourage the right desire of your heart. But in this world, we can find so many people, they always quench the right desires of our heart. If you take a decision, I want to get first rank in my college, they will quench that desire. They'll put away that desire from your heart by their life or by their words. If you take a decision, I want to live a holy life, immediately they come and they'll put water in that for burning and they'll quench that desire. So if you say take a decision, I want to go to church, they'll quench that, they'll remove the desire from you are a young person, why do you want to go to church at this point? Why don't we have enjoyment? In your old age, you can go to church and you can live a holy life. Because of all these words, they influence you and they will take away the right desire. So instead of being an encouragement, they will be negative characters in your life and they will take away the right desires from your heart. So you should be very, very careful. So that a right friend always should encourage your right desire. You should support your desire. You should, if you want to take, if you have taken a decision, you want to be good in your education, your friend should always encourage you to read. You should not waste your time. You should not take away your time. So choose such friends in your life. Then you will be like Daniel. The third important character. Let us see the life of friends of Daniel. See, the right friend always should correct when you go away from the right way. So if you correct your friend, immediately what will he say? What will he say? తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు, పెద్ద పవిత్రుడు వచ్చాడు రా బాబు, లేకపోతే చాలా మంచోడు వచ్చాడు రా బాబు, వీడిగే మంచోడు, ఇంకా నేను మంచోడు, ఎవరు లేనట్లు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు, ఇట్లాంటి మాటలు మాట్లాడుతారు కదా. సో వాట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు సే అట్ దిస్ పాయింట్ ఈజ్, ద రైట్ ఫ్రెండ్ ఆల్వేస్ he should correct when you go away from the right way or away from God, when you try to do sin against God. So dear brothers and sisters, that sort of friends should be a blessing to our life. We don't like people who correct our lives, right? We don't like people who always say, don't do this, don't do that. We always like people who should say, we will say, hey, don't worry, do that. We are young people. What is there? Do that. We have to enjoy at this point. So, dear brothers and sisters, we should be very, very careful. The right friend is a friend who corrects when you do wrong or when you go in a wrong way. So, do you have such friends in your life? So, in the Bible, they had many friends. Always they used to encourage each other. They used to say, don't go in this way, this is the wrong way. God doesn't like this thing. So correct yourself. So Peter and Apostle Paul, they were very good friends. When he did something against the people of God, immediately Paul came to him and he corrected him. And Peter received it. They all together, they lived for God. So our good friends should correct our faults. So he has to identify the faults in our life and he should correct. That is the person, is a good friend, the right friend in our life. So dear brothers and sisters, when we go wrong, if you have a friend, don't worry, do it. That is a very, very dangerous friend in your life. We have to be very, very careful. So many young people, because of such friends, they're going away from God. They are making their lives miserable. They're caught up. They're being caught up in great dangers. So we should be very, very careful. So we have to be very careful in choosing our friends. The third character of the right friend is, you should always correct our life. The great man, the wise man Solomon said, the corrections of the right friend, the friend, is like they're lovely and they're blessing to us. But the kisses of a unfaithful friend, they're very dangerous and curse to our life. We should be very, very careful. So if your friend says, this is not right, don't do that. That is the right friend. And you should love him and you should desire to be with him. Never go away from that friend. Because God is speaking through that person to you. God is speaking, God is trying to correct you through that person. But the unfaithful friend, he will give kisses when you go in the wrong way. That is very, very dangerous. You have to be very, very careful. So, dear brothers and sisters, the right friend should correct you when you do a wrong thing against God and against the righteous life. Let us go to the third character. The right character, the fourth important character is, your friend should always ready to help in your need, in the times of need. So Daniel friends, in the time of need, they were great support to Daniel. Just now we have read in book of Daniel chapter 2, verse 17. Let us turn to book of Daniel chapter 2, verse 17. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah and his companions, that they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Here, Daniel and his friends, they landed in a great trouble. So the king called all the wise men and he asked them to say, I had a dream in last night, but I forgot. You have to tell the dream and you have to tell the meaning of that. But all the wise men, they failed. They could not reply to king. And they said, it is not possible for any man. At that time, what happened? Daniel came into the picture. Daniel came into the picture and king said, same thing to Daniel. I had a dream, but I forgot. You have to tell the dream and the meaning of it. Otherwise, I will kill all the wise men of kingdom of Babylon. So they landed in great trouble. At the time of need, what Daniel did? he came to his companions. We need to have this. This is a very, very important thing. When Daniel had landed in a trouble, when Daniel had need, where he went, he has a place and he has a friends. He had a fellowship to go and to tell, to share his fear and trouble and to share his burden. So the friends of Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, they were great help to Daniel in the time of need. So when Daniel shared with them the problem, they all together prayed to God. They all together plead in the presence of God. Then God revealed the dream and the meaning of it to Daniel. Then Daniel went and replied to the king. The king blessed Daniel and his friends abundantly. They were all escaped from the great danger. So what I want to say, Daniel, when he landed in trouble, when he landed in need, he had friends to share that. He had praying friends for him. He had great friends who can plead, who can, with a great burden, pour out their burden in the presence of God. He had such a friends in his life. That's why they all together, they lived a victorious life for the glory of God. So at this point, what I want to say, do you have such a friends in your life? When you are in trouble, when you are in need, when you are in fear, when you are in anxiety, when you are in trouble, do you have a friend to whom you can say, please pray for me? Do you have such a friend in your life? You may go to your parents, you may go to pastor, you may go to church and say, that is okay. But do you have such a friends in your life? In this world, I know very well, if a person gets some problem, if he goes and tells his friend, what will happen, you know? He will tell to the entire world. And he will make your problem worst. In other words, what I want to say, he will pour out petrol into your problem. Are you able to understand? నువ్వు వెళ్ళి ఎవరికైనా నీ సమస్య చెప్పుకున్నావు మనకి ఏమైతే చేస్తారు సార్, వాళ్ళు దానికి చేసి ఏం చేస్తారు, ఇంకా మసాలా కలిపి దాన్ని నీ క్లాస్ రూమ్లో ఊరంతా చెప్తారు. అది లోకంలో ఉండే ఫ్రెండ్స్. సో దోస్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ గుడ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. దే డిమోరలైజ్ యువర్ లైఫ్. దే విల్ push you into depression and discouragement. They'll make your life more miserable. But Daniel friends are not like that. When Daniel came and shared with them, they immediately went into the presence of God. They prayed earnestly for his friends and for all the wise men of Babylon. So these are the right friends. So dear brethren, let us turn to, even Paul said, Apostle Paul writes to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. See what the admonition Paul gave to Timothy, we can see here. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22, let us read all together. Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace, with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. So Paul advised to Timothy, he said, flee away from youthful lust. But where he should go? He has to flee and he has to go to some people. And he has to flee and he has to fellowship with people. Who are those people? Paul is writing, with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. So in other words, go and join with the people who pray to God from their pure heart. So dear brothers and sisters, you should have such people as friends. Then when you land in trouble, when you face some fear, anxiety, they will pray for you. When you share your problem to them, and God will answer the prayer of the earnest prayer of your friend, then you all together, you can live a victorious life. You'll get rid of the fears and anxieties in your life. So that's why one proverb goes like this: a friend in need is a friend indeed. So a friend in need is a friend indeed. So if you have such friends who can help you, who can encourage you, who can share, who can pray for you in the presence of God, those are the right friends, and they are the very blessed friends in your life. You should have thick friendship with such people. You should have fellowship with them. Then you will be like Daniel. You can live a holy life and victorious life, and you'll become a beloved person in the sight of God. And the final important thing what I want to tell is, a true friend should sacrifice for you, should be ready to sacrifice for you. So here, Daniel had friends. What they did? So when Daniel said, I don't want to eat the king's food, they said, we will stand with you. So if you die, we will also die with you. And they were ready to give their life. So they were ready to sacrifice anything for his friends, for their friend. So dear brothers and sisters, because Daniel had such friends, they all lived a victorious life. They were great help to him, encouragement to him, and they had great support from them. So they, even though they away from their parents in a foreign land as slaves under the mighty kingdom of King Nebuchadnezzar and many other kings, but because of they all together were they had good fellowship together, they lived a victorious life and a pleasing life to God. And through their lives, they brought great glory to the name of God. They brought great glory to the name of God together. So, dear brothers and sisters, we know very well David. So, Saul was very much against David. But his son, he gave great help to David. So, he sacrificed his place. He wanted to give that kingdom to David. So, he protected him from the hands of his father. He sacrificed so much for his friend. We can find so many people like that in the Bible. So, dear brothers and sisters, we should be like that. So, we should be like that, and we should have such friends in our life. So, your friend should sacrifice for you. Do you have such friends in your life? Do they sacrifice time for you? Do they sacrifice money for you? Not for go to cinema or something else. They'll give a lot of money to do wrong things. So if you want to buy a liquor, they will give money as a loan. So such friends are there many in this world. If you want to play cards, they'll give money. So if you want to get drugs, they'll give money. Not that sort of sacrifice. So for right thing. So if you want to buy a book, you do not have money. Can your friend support you like that to buy that book or something else? Can he lend the book to read to read? So small things. Can he spend time with you to come to church? Can he spend time with you to pray in the presence of God? When Jesus Christ was on this earth, he said one parable. In the midnight, one friend came to another friend, and he was sleeping. And he came, and he did not have dinner. He was very hungry. Then what this friend did? He went to another friend, and he knocked the door, but the reply came, I am sleeping along with my children. I can't get up and open the door. But he didn't come back. He was pleading at the door. Dear friend, my friend came from far away place. Please give some food. So he is very hungry. I want to give to him. So till that person woke up and opened the door, he pleaded to that person. So, dear brothers and sisters, we should have such friends in our life who can pray, who can plead, who can sacrifice, who can spend time for us, who can be encouragement to us. Though that sort of friends are true friends and right friends in our life. So Daniel had such friends in his life. That's why he lived a victorious life for God. And his life became very pleasing in the sight of God. He became a delightful person in the sight of God. That's why God said, "Oh, Daniel, greatly beloved." So if you have such friends in your life, like Daniel, definitely you live a victorious life. Because they will have same standard of life. They will give right impact, a positive impact in your life, positive influence in your life. They will not give any negative impact, negative influence in your life. And they'll give great support. They'll correct you when you go in the wrong way. They'll be great help in our times of need. They'll sacrifice. They'll pray for us in the presence of God. Then you can live a victorious life. You can live a holy life, upright life in the sight of God. Then God will be very much delighted because of your life. And your life will become beloved in the presence of God. And then God will bless you abundantly as He blessed Daniel and his friends. So do you want such a great life like Daniel, blessed like Daniel and friends? So have this sort of friends as Daniel had in his life. So what are the 5 important characters? A good friend should have same standard of spiritual life like you. The second thing is, a good friend always should give a positive influence or support to you. You should never be a negative influence, negative impact in your life. The third thing is, a good friend should always correct you when you go in a wrong way. The fourth thing is, you should be great help in times of need. He should pray for you. He should give help to you in times of fear, anxiety, and discouragement. He should support you. He should encourage you. He should comfort you. Then you'll be a great friend. The fifth thing is, a good friend always sacrifices for you. Not a big things, but even in small things. You should sacrifice for your benefit. Then you will be a right and good friend in your life. So, dear brothers and sisters, let us take a decision to have such a friends in our life. And finally, what I want to tell is, you have friends like this, and other side, you are also friend to them, right? You are a friend to your friends. So you should have these 5 characters in you also. Then only you will be a godly friend or good friend to your friend also. You should have same standard of life. You should give always positive influence, positive support, positive impact to your life. You should correct when your friend goes away in the wrong way. You should not encourage him to go in the wrong ways. Then you are not a right friend. You are a very cunning, unfaithful friend. The fourth thing, you should give help in the times of need to your friends. The fifth thing is, you should sacrifice for your friends. Then you will be a good and right friend in the life of your friends. So you should be a good friend. Not only that, you should have good friends in your life. Then, like Daniel and his friends, together they lived a holy life, victorious life, and they brought great glory to the name of God. That's why God has exalted them, blessed them abundantly. That's why we are meditating about them this evening. So do you want such a blessed life? So take a decision to have right friends in your life, and take a decision to be a right friend to your friends. May God help us. Please bow down, close our eyes. What sort of friends you have in your life? As I examine our lives, dear brothers and sisters, wherever you may be, friendship is very essential. There is no doubt. Having friends is not wrong. but having wrong friend is a great danger to your life. It is not good. You will not have blessings through them, and you will not lead a pleasing life in the sight of God, like Daniel. So you will miss the blessings of God. So many wrong friends, they made other people's lives miserable. So you have to be always careful in choosing the right friends. Daniel had right friends, that's why he lived a victorious life, uncompromised life, holy life, a delightful life in the sight of God. So God has exalted him, blessed him abundantly. He brought great glory to the name of God. So God wants you also to be like Daniel by having the right friends. The evil companion always corrupts. Be not deceived. Don't say, what is there in having such those friends in my life? Never underestimate the influence of your friend in your life. Slowly they will enter into your life. Finally, you'll become like them. So be careful. So if you think the friend is not a right friend, strive to keep him away from your life. Don't develop enmity, but keep him away from you. So examine the friends you have in your life. Do they have same standard of life? Do they have same desires like you? The right desires like you? Or they support or positive influence in your life? Are they correcting you when you go away from the right way? Are they a great help in the time of need? Are you able to share your fears and anxiety? Are you able to tell them, please pray for me? Are they ready to sacrifice for you? If these characters are there in your friend's life, then they are good friends for you. Have fellowship with them. If these things are not there in your friend, dear brothers and sisters, even though it is very painful, very tough, keep them away from your life. It is a very good thing for you. It is very safe for you. It is a blessed thing for you. God will bring right friends into your life. If you miss the wrong friend, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't think you will not have any friend on this earth. But don't worry. God, our Lord is a right friend. He's a true friend. He's a great friend. He's a loving friend. There is none like him. What a friend we have in Jesus. So if you come to Christ, you will be always your good friend. Not only that, He will bring the right friends into your life. He will bring to the right fellowship. As He brought Daniel into the fellowship of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So dear brothers and sisters, even though it is painful, even though it is very tough, keep the wrong friends away from your life. This is a very, very important thing in your life. Then your life will become a blessed life. Take a decision and live for the glory of God, like Daniel and his friends.